Hey everybody, we're out here at the chicken run, and today we're going to go over a video about how we prepare our walkways in our flower beds. This video is going to help you to see just exactly what it takes and what we do to prepare walkways and how to make those walkways in our flower beds. We're going to be picking rocks, we're going to be clearing out areas, smoothing out the areas, because it's really nice to have ease of access to these walkways. No weeds, no rocks that are in the way that you can trip over, all those different things. Very important when you're dealing with a large amount of beds to deal with on a daily basis. So we have a different type of way that we make our beds than what I've seen in the past. We use our weed barrier that we would put on our beds. We use that in the walkways as well. This is a quick and easy way to have a weed-free area for us to walk through. On top of that, if we decide to go in the future to a wood chip type of a walkway, that's going to be very easy for us just to pull that weed barrier up, repurpose it somewhere else on the farm, and then put those wood chips in if we feel that we'd like to. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel as you see as we prepare these new flower beds, just how they do, so you can see how our process works or may not work, and we'd love to be a part of that and help you learn how to make your beds in the future. Hey, stay tuned until the end. At the end of this video, you're gonna see the type of rocks we're dealing with to make these types of beds. It'll blow your mind. All right, so Mona?
Yes.
She's picking rocks like a champ. And I wanna show you what a bed looks like, or a walkway looks like right before we put plastic on it. Or a weed barrier, I should say. So, right here is kind of like where we're gonna put our walkway. It's a 2-foot walkway, 48-inch wide, 40-foot long beds. That's where we're gonna be planting the flowers. What it looks like now is that all sorts of rocks and debris and weeds and grass and all sorts of stuff. All right, so after we pick the rocks, this is what you're gonna have. In between the lines is your walkway. Goes up and down. Now what Mona's doing is she's coming through here and she's going to try to get Big Bertha out. And I don't think it's gonna happen.
Oh, nope, yeah it is.
Oh, is she gonna get it?
Here we go. Oh, I did it.
Let's see that rock. And those are the types of rocks we're dealing with, folks. We go from giant rocks like this, and like that big rock pile over there that came out of all these beds, to this soil. Beautiful garden beds. Another part of this is, how did we get to this point? Here's how we did it. You can see right down here, we put a piece of 3/8, well, that's actually a concrete post. We put that into the ground where it belongs, according to our measurements. And then we run a line all the way to the other side. And that's the edge of our 48-inch bed, which is right here. Right there. And then 2 feet away is the other one, which you can see right here, which means this is our walkway. Now this one, you want to take all the rocks that you get from your beds, and you want to put those into your walkways, or you can pick them up and put them into a wheelbarrow, whatever you think is best. We had 20 40-foot long beds, so we were just trying to pick rocks, throw them into the walkways so we can get these beds ready to go. Well, now we're to the point now where we can start pulling these rocks out, clearing out our walkways. So we're gonna pick the rocks, we're gonna get all the weeds and stuff out, rake it, make it as smooth as possible, because nothing is more annoying than putting down weed barrier, walking on it, and feeling rocks under your feet. I can't stand that. So we're gonna make it as smooth as possible, and then we're gonna put that weed barrier down. All right, so we have the Sunbelt 4-foot wide weed barrier. Comes in 350-foot long rolls. And what we're gonna do, Mona, is we're gonna roll it out.
Okay.
Ready? Just roll it on out. I think we should be able to get one bed. Beds are 40 feet long, so we're gonna do about 42 feet. So you got about a foot on each side. Beds and walkways. We're gonna probably use this one for a walkway, so we can continue our walkway video. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna measure it, and then I'll show you how to cut it. So if you hold that, just hold it right there on the end, Mona.
Okay.
I'll bring it down.
Okay. Oops. There you go.
And then the rule is every time you use any type of weed barrier or shade cloth or frost cover, the wind will start to blow. That's just how it goes. Accept it. All right. Make sure it's where it needs to be, and we'll look for 42 feet. There's 35. $38, $39, $40, $41. 42. We made it. All right, so we'll make sure it's straight. Yes. And then to cut weed barrier, don't use the scissors, don't use a knife, it'll fray like crazy. What you want to do is use a torch and melt it. And it melts pretty fast, and it melts pretty accurately for our purposes here today. So here we go. Mona's gonna come down here and she's gonna hold the camera while I melt this off. Go. That's how you cut the Sunbelt weed barrier. Now we're gonna go install it in that walkway. So let me show you how we put these tarps on. So we basically come over here, and we've already cut them like we've shown you. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll them up and put them on the bed. What we're essentially doing is tarping our flower beds right now for the winter. Yeah, this is winter in South Texas. I'm in a t-shirt. It's probably in the mid-70s, a cool breeze. It is an amazing day outside. I should be wearing sunscreen actually. So I'll show you quickly what the beds look like after they're tarped in. Here's what they look like. You can kind of see where the walkway is, and then you can see the beds, which are basically tarped so that there's no weeds coming up, and the beds can just lay dormant until we are ready to uncover them and then plant all of the flowers that we have on schedule coming up this January, February, and March. So that's how you get all of the beds. That's how we get all the beds covered up for the winter. So in a few more months, we'll come back out and we will have weed-free beds. And we are going to get the last 4 of our 20 40-foot beds finished. This is what they look like now, and they will look amazing, just like these 6 over here. And eventually we're gonna have stuff growing. It's almost Christmas time, folks, and we're growing stuff. We got lots of flowers coming. All right, so I thought Mona got Big Bertha, but she didn't. So we're gonna go get it right now with one of these. Let's go pickaxing. All right, so like I said at the beginning of the video, this is what type of rocks we're dealing with right here, this one right here. You see that thing right there?
Sorry.
This right here, this type of rock is all over the place, and we're gonna dig it up and see how big this thing really is. Okay, let's keep going.
Oh, there it is.
There's the edge.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was. Wow. Okay. I was hiding under there.
There we go. That's Big Bertha.